right, and welcome to stage 2 of the Pass Racing series. Today's route is handful of gravel. It is a shorter gravel loop, very similar to the jungle circuit. Starts with a downhill lead-in to pretty much immediately into a climb, a long climb, but not a steep one, I don't think, and then a downhill to the finish. I'm running out of the 330 to 450 race category. This will be my second race in this category. The first race, stage 1, coming off of that is only my second podium, third place finish, which if you watch any of my other crap, then you know I'm notorious for getting blown away at the line, and third place finish might as well be a first for me. Rider group today is mixed. We've got a number of CatB riders and a number of CatC riders. How that's going to play out when we get into it here, I'm not really sure. As far as I'm concerned, I was in need of a high aerobic workout, but again, it's a little short, at least for what I typically do on a high aerobics day. Which is fine because I'm a little time limited. I just dropped the rest of my remaining Zwift money on a fancy, shiny new pair of Roval gravel tires, the best in the game, allegedly. So hopefully that gives me a boost because the legs are a little tired today, coming off a leg day. Not really in it. It's Friday at like 10 a.m. I'm just looking forward to the weekend. I got a well-deserved rest day coming up tomorrow, I think. So, really, yeah, my head's not entirely in it. I'm sure I'll snap out of it once we hit the bell here.
And one way or the other, a Zwift race kind of forces you to get your head in the game pretty quick because it's always a hot start. And this one isn't much different. It starts fairly hot, certainly at a good clip and a decent average wattage pace. We do start to settle down a little bit here, but I can already feel the pace is higher than the previous race category.
Change gears and just take off on me. I'm between it on this bike, I think.
And really, I'm just not sure if it's the bike and the terrain that's got me feeling in between gears, or the fact that I'm running at my mid-90s cadence in 14th, and it's just seemingly not enough to keep up with this higher race cap.
No need to stand here, guys. Just power through it. There we go.
And really, I think this is just me trying to convince myself that the pace is no different than previous races, and I am going to shortly find out that that is certainly not the case at all.
Got an attack already? Who are you?
And we might as well make note of S-Row now, because he really does early set the tone for what I expected to be the competition in this race.
No one's going with him. Oh wait, got a couple. Alright, I'm coming too.
And unlike previous races in the lower race categories, this time when we've got Rowe leading an attack off the front, a couple of guys try to go with him, and I go with them and follow suit. Unfortunately, and similar to my previous races, nobody really wants to push a higher pace to catch on to Rowe and form a new lead pack. And we just sort of settle back in. And I suppose realistically it doesn't really matter. He's only got a 1 or 2 second lead, and he's doomed to get swallowed back up by the peloton before we hit the climb anyway. But it would have been interesting to see if we could have let out and formed a new lead group.
The leader's probably a strong climber and knows it.
And there's perhaps some unintentional foreshadowing here, because Rowe does prove himself a strong climber, and really this is just an employed strategy to bleed the group and keep the average wattage high.
3 second lead on everyone. He's pushing pace, good for him.
And the cumulative effect of moves like these is that it really does serve the purpose of keeping us out of that sub 200 comfort range where we're just cruising along.
We should have gone with him. We had 3 guys.
Now, while I can't disagree with myself here, I don't think at this point I have an appreciation for what that cumulative effect is going to feel like when we're 2 kilometers out from the line.
He's giving up on it, I think. Or desperately holding on.
And the truth is, he's really given up on nothing. It's just mission accomplished. He's done to the extent he can what he can do before we start the climb.
Here we go. Pop out.
Here's where the strength of this group really starts to show. We're on the first lap at 2, and the pace on this climb is significant and sustained. I was actually rather surprised as to how quick it was.
Stronger climb group.
The only respite we're going to get is in the blue areas where we're briefly below sub 300. The rest of the time, we're surging close to 340, 350, 360.
I know, Bill. Long way to go, still. Pace.
Again, we're only halfway through the climb. We've got steady pressure north of 300, and the group starts to string out as people start to labor with keeping up.
You knew the surge was coming.
And I did anticipate a surge at some point here, and right when it begins, that's when we start spitting people off the back end of the group.
Don't let him out.
And as we approach the top of the climb, we've already dropped a few riders off at the back who probably aren't going to be able to catch. The wattage does drop off a bit here, but that's only because we've been consistently in the 350 watt average. My heart rate is through the roof. Like 155 is pretty close to my max nowadays, and I'm just doing everything I can to keep from getting dropped by these guys because they are moving at a breakneck pace.
Spin out the legs.
The only prize for staying with these folks is an ever so brief respite at about 200 watts, and it does not last.
Alright, respite over.
Either way, we've now thinned the herd to 10 riders, and again, the pace is relentless. It stays in and around the 300 watt area as we approach the first lap kicker.
Oh, I thought it's a 2-lap race. Damn it. Alright, no worries.
And it's here I realize I've been looking at the wrong map, and we've got a lot further to go than a K.
Can't even believe I didn't notice that. Give your head a shake. Okay. Kept up anyway.
As we grab some recovery here, I'm both proud of the fact that I was able to keep up, but also acutely aware that we've got to do this again. And I'm just giving, a big chunk of everything I got to stay attached.
Well, now that we know it's a 2-lap race, I suppose we can anticipate that everything I thought was going to happen in the first lap is more than likely going to happen in this one. Like this guy. Here comes the breakaway. And some of us aren't going to let him go. At least not alone.
That's just, again, more wishful thinking on my part. We are a little more than halfway through the race, and we're pushing a 260 watt average, which is well outside of my wheelhouse.
It's not sustained, everybody's going to catch.
And that's true, but it doesn't really matter because it's all just going to bleed us that little extra bit more anyway.
What do you got? 2, 4, 6. Hey, we got like 10. 2, 4, 6. Ah, crap. Maybe 11.
And when I have to count the number of riders 3 times unsuccessfully, that just means that all the blood's going to my legs and I'm starting to lack blood flow to the brain.
I'll play the front for this part. Final wheel. Highly draftable.
We're entering the last climb of the race now, and the goal again is really just keep up.
A little early for a surge, boys. Huh.
If only it was a surge here. This is just showing the pace of the group that I was racing with. We're hovering in and about 300 watts and surging throughout the entirety of this climb, and that includes the beginning here.
Rose on my radar. He's sitting back. You can tell.
And I do give myself credit for being able to spot the sandbagger. This guy, Roe, in the TDZ outfit, is pacing himself well.
He's doing what I'm doing. He's paced himself with this group. Don't need the lead yet. And I'm not breaking away on a climb, let's face it. Alright, the big push.
And I'll say right now that this is where it started to feel like the beginning of the end for me as we enter the middle stage of the climb.
Alright, I got to push the dig.
And I do recognize that a surge is coming here, but I'm having difficulty just maintaining, 300 watts. Meanwhile, my heart rate is steadily climbing north of 150. We spit another rider out the back end of the group, and this second time around, the pace is just, it's relentless.
Don't let him out.
As much as I don't want to let them out, I know that they're going to just push that much harder as we get closer to the top of this climb.
Ha! No.
As much as my stubbornness wants to hang in there, me and Hosty, we can't hold the plus 300 watt pace, and we end up getting spit out ever so briefly off the back of the group.
I'm done now. There we go. I'll get you down. Bring that 200 pounds. Come on. There we go.
This is me hoping to use my 10 to 20 plus kilogram weight disadvantage to my advantage as I haven't passed, knowing full well that I can descend faster and with less power than most of the people around me.
Hey boys, not shaking me today.
Problem is that the damage really is already done. I've had to put in a dig while the rest of these guys recovered. My heart rate's sitting steady above 150, usually in and around 155, and we are holding an ever-increasing wattage average of 264 watts. Like, it's nearing the end for me here.
Last 2K.
As I start to watch the mileage counter mercifully tick down here, I can't help but notice that the group is still generally holding a pace north of 250, 260 as we enter the kicker for the final time.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
And this really is where my brain shuts down on me. Heart rate north of 150 for a sustained period of time, holding a wattage average of 265 pretty much the whole race. And for whatever inexplicable reason, at about 1.5 kilometers, I pop out in front here in an effort to try to get the kicker, but really I'm not slingshotting the draft, and I'm desperately trying to run up it without the rest of the group on my own. And naturally, the rest of the group is going to do what they should do, and they're going to slingshot past me in the draft and really get a boost over the steepest part of the kicker on their way down to the finish line. It's a noob tactical error, and I'll own it here all day.
Holy crap.
In truth, it was an impatient and massive tactical mistake at the end of the race that takes me out of contention for a podium spot. Perhaps my only saving grace is that two other riders, Hosty and Ito, they can't keep the pace either, which allows me at least an opportunity to save some face and battle for 6th spot.
Okay. Wait for it. Now we go.
Ultimately, Hosty doesn't have the sprint in him, and I cruise across the line in 6th.
Weird. That's a weird one.
Really wasn't weird at all, I just screwed it up.
Row. I knew it.
I was, however, right about Rowe. He was sandbagging, and he was the only rider in our group to hit 11 watts per kilogram coming into the final sprint.
And the more that I watch this back while I'm editing, the more difficult and frustrating it is to watch, because despite being on the red line of it and ready to explode and blow up with a click and a half to go, I was still in contention for a podium spot, and I might have had my shot at it in a final sprint at the end if not for that one tactical error where I just forgot to think, got impatient, and tried to, I don't know, rush the finish, I guess. All told, it is what it is, and I'm hoping I can do better and improve upon that when we hit stage 3 next week.
Suppose not too bad. Second race in 3:30, 4:50, and still running top 10s. I'll take it. Anyway, till stage 3, whatever that is, cranking watts. Peace.